for me because I don't have knowledge myself to invest?
Actually, I would say that you should actually, even though you can't get the same kind of expertise that they have, you should look into what they are doing, and you should at least have a basic knowledge about what they are doing. Okay, so there are certain times where they can actually take you for a ride. Sometimes they genuinely are helping you, but then their analysis goes really wrong and it goes haywire. Okay, so based on your past experience, how well they are doing, or you're contacting them during, I mean, newly, or have you had experience with them
I'm
earlier?
just a newbie, Prabhuji. I have no idea. Like I
Okay.
got to know about from my friend, but I don't have even knowledge of any stocks.
Okay, so I would say, because in India there are, I mean, these financial advisors are not accredited or rated, or their registries are not kept for uh, public, because in the US and all, it's highly what do you call? It's like I mean, investors. I mean, this investment wealth investors and investment advisors. They are rated, and their integrity is the foremost thing. So I don't know, like, even if they, I don't know whether there is any data available to back their integrity. If you, I mean, the basic rule of thumb is that if you don't understand something, don't invest in it. Even if it promise you, let's say, millions of money in return, don't invest in it if you don't understand. Okay, because there are many schemes, like, say, okay, you invest 1,000 now, and in 1 year I'll make it double. There are many schemes coming up in, we would have seen in villages and all these things, because they don't understand how they double it. They just claim that they double it, but then they don't understand. So those schemes you should not fall for it. And this wealth, I mean, investment banking or wealth advisors, if you're not thoroughly sure about their background, I would I would personally uh, keep them away from my money. Okay, and be happy with whatever modest return I'm getting. If you're not, if you're say, I don't know, maybe personally we can discuss, like, if you're having a very high net worth, then yeah, personally it will be very difficult to manage this one. But then if you don't have that kind of a scale to invest, then I think it definitely can be sorted out with a little bit of professional help. Okay, maybe you can take help from them, and there are sites like Value Research Online where they give advices, but then they don't invest. You invest based on their advice. So I think this requires retail pondering. So have to take it in another session.
Okay.
Is that
This is
fine?
yes, Prabhuji. My last question:
Okay.
how to learn investing in a simple and easy way?
Okay. Actually, I have learned by listening to a lecture, and then I have read through some internet sites, and then some books. I think as a beginner, you can actually read this art. I mean, some posts in Value Research Online. The site says Value Research Online. Okay, they give a very good. Uh, they have articles or posts for beginners as well. So you read from there, and then maybe you can discuss with your peers, or maybe we can discuss in between any hard to come concepts, like any hard to understand concepts. So that way you develop. I mean, it takes some time, but then it depends on your interest and the material that you get. But then nowadays, like, there are, like, since you have a lot of online courses and sources like Investopedia, because Investopedia problem is that you get terms, but then you don't have a detailed course design as such. So you can search in online, and I will also search for a detailed course in any any free courses in academies, like online academies, and I can suggest you later. Okay, right now you can consult Value Research Online. That's a site that mostly concentrate in mutual funds and stocks. Okay, so they give unbiased articles on this. You can get started with that. Fine.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so we will definitely have a detailed session for all those things, and we have one. So you can join in next sessions also. We have one more question, Prabhu. Maybe
Okay.
so we have you have
Yeah,
to
I am open, bro. I can stretch.
you have to extend a
So
little
yeah,
bit. And there is one question,
no problem.
Mithil Jain. So I will unmute yourself. You can please ask your question.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, should we invest in sovereign gold bond or we should buy gold?
If you're purely considering investment purposes, you should buy sovereign gold fund instead of gold. If you're not buying jewelry as such, then you should buy sovereign gold fund. And you can also consider investing in ETFs, gold exchange trade funds, which are traded in, stock market. That also is a good alternative to buying physical gold. Physical gold, we should buy. It's very difficult to. One thing is that safeguard the gold. Then even if you buy gold to exchange, when you exchange gold, they won't give you the real value. They will cut some 2%, 4%, depends on jeweler. So transaction, when you buy, they also charge extra. When you sell, they deduct money from you. So physical gold, unless you're buying for some jewelry use or for any ceremony, should be discouraged. Investment purpose, you should mainly go for this. Like that's the extra thing in that, because even if gold doesn't appreciate, they promise you around 2.5%, if I'm correct, 2.5% yearly interest on the money you invested. On top of that, whatever you get is gold's value. Whenever gold appreciates, it appreciates in tune with whatever value then. So you have a guaranteed thing. But ETFs are mostly will follow gold value. There is no guaranteed return. If gold value reduces, it will also reduce. This will also. Is it clear, Mithil?
Okay, Prabhuji.
And you were asking about large caps, mid cap, and small cap, right? In between.
Yes,
it was clear, right, to you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
So I hope there is no more question except one last.
Okay. And,
yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, and I had two more slides. I thought we'll cover if there is time and there is this thing. But then since we already reached 10:30, I'm not pushing for it.
Yeah, maybe last one question I have, which is very important. So in like very less time you can answer. And particularly for all the attendees, I want to inform that there will be detailed session for this. So we will inform and you can join. And please provide a feedback also. In the group, I will open your facility to post, so you can give your feedbacks there and suggestions also. Now the question is that these all investment plans and how we can balance our mentality, like the idea is for what we are doing this. So you can conclude like what is our idea behind all this investment schemes and everything. Is it like to double our money every year, or is it like to keep on making money till our last breath, or what it is like exactly? What is our plan behind this whole thing?
Okay. Yeah, the whole thing started as a help to help towards your already progressing spiritual life. There are many situations in which money becomes an impediment. Okay? Because like head is your most important organ, or the most important part in your body. But even if you have pain in your tooth, that also disturbs it. So money, even though money is not our end aim, money can become very pestering sometimes. Okay, we can get depressed because of lack of money. And similar cases, like if you have a lot of money, also we get pestered. So the aim of this session was to provide you with a little more options or more choices to free up your time, okay, and live a less stressful life. Because normally, traditionally, people continue working till 55 years of age or 60 years of age, like retirement age, okay. And those days they have to work from maybe 10 to 5, okay, 10 to 5. And so they had a very, what do you call, very peaceful life. I mean, even if they had a job, they could keep up with family life and their devotional schedules nicely. But then with the current current evolution, even school teachers are taxed. I mean, I hear like people resigning even school teacher jobs, okay, even they are taxed at a unprecedented level. So devotees certainly, we are dependent on our jobs for daily subsistence. I mean, unless we are from a very rich, I mean, rich family, or we have inherited a lot of wealth. So for those who want to better manage their finances, with the aim of freeing up their time and retiring early, like say, our aim was never to become Bill Gates or to be the wealthiest man, or to celebrate as the best businessman in the world or something like that. Our aim was to lead a peaceful life and execute our devotional and family responsibilities, and then go back home, back to God. So this should be this should be considered as as a help in this endeavor, rather than the main aim. Okay, I mean, money, once you are in the vicious circle of money, okay, it'll be like, okay, more and more and more. I mean, the greediness will eat you up in a way which, I mean, you would be thinking, okay, I started with this intention, but then I'm ending up in this way. So that can be a byproduct, but then at least get started with a good idea. Krishna will guide you in a way which he thinks best. So that is the scope and the intention with which I designed this thing. And I am also a learning aspirant, and I am also struggling spiritual material life. So whatever learnings I had from my struggles, I have put in these slides. Yeah, that's it, bro. That is the main aim. And sorry if I bored you for so long. And if it helped even a little, I'll be very grateful to know that.
Okay, so thank you, Prabhuji, and we have opened a facility. You can all post your feedbacks, and I just conclude with the one shloka from Bhagavatam, which says, "Dayaya sarvabhutesu santushtya yena kenava sarvendriyopashantaya chatushyatashi janardana." By showing mercy to all living entities, being satisfied somehow or other, santushtya yena kenva, somehow or other be satisfied, and restricting the senses from sense enjoyment, one can very quickly satisfy Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Janardana. So somehow be satisfied, be merciful to all the living entities, and restrain from unnecessarily sense gratification, unregular sense gratification, unregulated, and try to satisfy Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you all for joining, and in future we are going to have more session, not only with financial dealings but also with our how to maintain our health, how to have a family dealings like parental care, also when relationship building. All those sessions are coming up, and even we will have sessions to deal with the legal problems also, so with the different experts from those different fields. So seeking all your suggestions, feedback. Thank you all for joining. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
you.
Guruji, for your time. It was very wonderful, and some feedback I got personally. They are appreciating the details shared and the time also you have maintained. And in between you have given a lot of time for people to ask questions. It was also very nice, and they a lot of and the questions were answered, and all the attendees who are attended and asked questions, we are also thankful to them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.